Dave Bartosiak, the owner of Classic Billiards in Lauderhill, Florida. More than a pool hall, a home for the culture, built on great tables, late nights, and a community that keeps the game alive. Supporting players, sponsoring talent, creating a place where pool thrives.
Welcome back, everybody. Touching on our title sponsor real briefly, it's J Flowers Cues. Go to jflowerscues.com. They have the best jump cues, the best break cues, the best playing cues, and the best cases in the industry. Leading the charge right now with the lowest deflection on the market, it's jflowerscues.com. It is the Boom and Freezer Show, and we got a special guest today, a good friend of ours, a good friend of mine, a sponsor of mine, David Bartosiak, the owner of Classic Billiards, beer, balls, and wings, baby. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, Freezer?
Good, living it.
Doing
Yeah,
good,
boom.
Dave. Good to see you, bro.
Good to be seen, man. Out here, I was sick for I felt like 3 weeks, man. Like everybody got sick.
They
Finally
did
got over it.
after England, right? Everybody got
Yeah.
clobbered.
I'm gonna blame England. It's all England's fault.
England
so
will do
sick.
it.
Yeah.
England will do it, definitely.
Right.
Dave, thanks for coming on, dude. This is a long time coming. Bobby's got a bunch to talk about. So do I. 9,300 square foot pool room. I've been there. Bobby's been there. This room is insane, right? It's just on a totally different level. The clientele is on a different level. The vibe in the place is unlike any other place I've ever been, and that's the truth. You are sitting in the Aramith Arena, which is a newly found arena that you have built within the extension of your pool room, correct?
Yeah. That was kind of priority number one when I was building out the space. I was like, dude, I need to have an arena. I got really jealous looking at Kyle over at Rail Yard, of how awesome it was. And I was like, dude, I got to do something. And of course, I had to David a little bit, which means I had to add a little flair. You got a little South Florida slash GTA vibe going on down here, a little different. And then, of course, we've got the Rays sort of arena, partially thanks to you, Scott, because when we took over, I was walking through this place and I'm like, well, there's this weird Rays play. What do I do with that? And it turns out it's like a perfect place for, commentary box during other events. We're going to have like production and stuff up there too. So it kind of worked out, and it's already getting some decent use, which is great. We can have our house pros come in here and they practice, or every once in a while there's just like an impromptu challenge match that happens. Like the other night, Max Eberly and CJ Wiley were up here and they just hopped in the arena, and it's a really cool vibe. He's got the music going and people are just sitting around the arena, having some drinks, having some food, and just on a random, Tuesday night that you thought was going to be nice and quiet in your pool room, and all of a sudden you got, a couple of guys that you see on TV. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool for that to happen, and that's the kind of thing we want to happen every single day up here, man.
I got to tell
Yeah.
you, the vibe that you're setting there is exactly what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's something that I never experienced. Even being a pool hall owner and everything, I couldn't experience. It was just something different that you got going on over there. And basically, what you're saying is incredible, right? Exactly right. You just come in, your crowd is always happening, and you just have two pros get in your arena and make some noise. It's incredible. Is that what your vision? Is that what the plan was?
It is. It really has been from the start. I mean, that's kind of the reason why we got into this whole sponsorship thing. Because people look at me like, why are you doing that, Dave? You're an idiot. And I'm like, well, that's not the first time I've been called an idiot, but I
You're
sometimes I
far
do
from
stuff.
it.
I sometimes just do stuff for the story. You know what I mean? So for the story early on was like, hey man, how cool would it be to have a place that you start to build this whole community? Not just the community of like, your typical sort of neighborhoody type bar situation, right? Because that's a whole nother vibe. That's kind of partly what's here, because of some of the experiences that I had growing up when I was in Chicago. But also now you have this thriving pool community, from the people who play leagues to the people who do tournaments to all that, and to introduce them now to some of the pros. It's really like a top down funnel that I think creates like a really consistent night in and night out kind of vibe, but it also creates something for people to do, something that people to really get excited about. And you give pool players are I'm a pool player myself, not a good pool player, but
You
we
can
get
play.
in these little like we like things our way, right? And then when you really get adjusted to something, you just kind of stick with it like forever, right? So I just wanted a place that was going to be cool enough for people to want to stick with it forever. And so far so good, I think.
Yeah, I think you got it. And your fans, like I said, or I call them your fans, your clients, whatever you want to call them, your customers. I've never seen anything like it. You know, go out there and you're doing something that's different, not only with the arena, but like you said, you're introducing the fans to the players. You're making it bigger than the sport. You're making it bigger than, hey, I'm just going to bang balls with my cousin or my brother. I'm going to go make bang balls, and I might see, who knows, maybe Scott Frost over there, maybe Fedor Gorst over there, and they know who they are, and they know a little history by them. And that's
Yeah.
something that nobody, or even I've never done, even thought about doing. I mean, we try to do it, but you're taking that to a whole new level, trying to bring the APA, BCA, any rules people with the in crowd, the top players in the world, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that, let me butt in real quick. I think that that's really the key. I think that this is what a lot of the pro tours are missing. And now Mark Griffin did it back in the day. The US Open one pocket that I won in like 2002. My whole point to that is that they mixed the pro players in with the league players. They have all these
Yeah.
pro events up in Vegas, and really, this is like, I just don't understand how this can be overlooked at times. I'm not knocking any specific tour, but what I'm saying is that these guys are the ones that can fuel us, right? They can fuel us. They love being around the pro players. This is what they want. This is a smaller version of something like that that could grow into something massive. I know Dave has very big plans, which he might touch on, he might not, but I think it's really the platform that needs to be done.
yeah, it just makes sense for me. Um, because I mean, granted, we have like our quote unquote party crowd, right? That comes in on Friday and Saturday and are here just to hang out. You get date night, you get groups of kids or whatever. That's fine and that's great. And it's that kind of points to that whole activity bar, trend that's happening with the pop shots of the world and top golf and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely it's in that vein. But are those people coming on Tuesday or Wednesday? No, not in droves, right? So really, we wanted to focus a lot on the leagues, various leagues, and there's, I it's funny because we have a handful of leagues inside of here, right? And they don't they don't really compete. People ask me like, why do you have so many leagues in there? Like aren't they fighting with each other? And the answer is no, because you kind of got different strokes for different folks. There are guys who like shooting on 9-footers and taking their time and being in the corner where it's a little bit more quiet. Then you got people who want to be in a crowd and have a bunch of fun and shoot on the 7-footers on certain nights, and they're hanging out and they're not taking it too seriously. Then you got people who want to play 10 ball. You want people who want to play 9 ball. You got people who like this certain rules. That's a, so there's so much space, I think, in every single pool room for this kind of stuff. But the league thing's a little bit tough though, because a lot of room owners that I've talked to are like, yeah, it's cool, but then $10 out of everybody's pocket every single night is going to that league operator, and it's getting funneled out of your pool room. I think it's a really silly way to look at it. I feel like
Yeah.
the people are here, that's essentially marketing. So if I have to spend, a couple bucks on marketing that's not even coming out of my pocket and it's going to get cheeks and seats, then now I think it's just my real opportunity and my job now to take those people who are the casual league player and turn them into diehard classics fans, turn them into diehard Feder Gores fans, turn them into diehard SVB fans. You know what I mean? Get them really involved in the sport and get them excited about where they are and what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was saying. Like I said, you do it something that's I've never experienced before, and I love it. And I'm starting to do it more in my pool room actually, because what you said makes so much sense. Because now, and I notice when I start talking to the players, I mean, obviously, involved in the sport, the more people that know the players, the more they can relate to the players, the more they want to see the players, and the more they're going to want to play, whether they're going to be watching it on TV, playing or on internet or playing it or just enjoying it and learning lessons. Everything benefits from what you're doing, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Appreciate that. But I mean, you do it too, Bobby. I mean,
Yeah.
right.
I see Lucas and Ashley shooting at your room or whatever, and you're a little bit of an inspiration too, my friend. Like I see what you're doing, bud.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to
Thank you.
say,
Thank you.
right? Bobby, you had who? Me, Earl, Rodney, and who else was it? Jeremy, Double
Jeremy.
J.
Yeah,
Yeah, we mixed it up with all your league players, and I actually
right.
thought that format that you had up there that we did, I've been in 100 million pool rooms. I thought that was the coolest format I've ever been a part of because they got to
Yeah,
rotate and have an experience with each player. So you're both
yeah,
doing it, right? You're
right.
both doing it. You're in a totally different area than where Dave is at, but I mean, I think you're both kind of on the same path there as
Uh,
far as that's concerned.
well, I appreciate that. But when I was at Dave's room, right, when he sells classic, the whole bar stops and yells classic.
Oh yeah,
He's
Yeah.
got something brewing out over there. There's
Yeah,
something
we were
brewing.
I mean, that was a rowdy night, man. That was
Thursday
uh,
nights, baby.
Thursday night. Thursday night. Yeah. I mean, we get this place jumping on Thursday nights, and it's a really cool crew of people here. And now that we've expanded, it's funny because early on I was like, yeah, we've expanded and it's gonna take us a couple months to, fill out the nah, man. It took 2 weeks until now the room is full again on a Thursday
Yeah.
night, on a Tuesday night, on a Wednesday night. It's yeah, it's every night. Now I just gotta worry about the daytime. But that's a whole
That's
nother
every yeah,
that's
that's
a
every
whole
boy
nother
in
well,
the
I think we're
world.
gonna focus on the food side of things and do some specials and so I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve for that, I think. But really, the challenge that I see is like how do you get the casual player to get interested in tournaments and leagues, right? And that's I think a lot that takes interaction by the staff, by your partners in the building that are just gonna come and talk to them and even show them like just today, right? So I came in and I see somebody they're shooting at the wrong end of the table, right? It's like the ball's coming out this way. You put it on the other side. Like, what's going on, bud?
Yeah,
Super easy. You just bartender can come over, just talk to them for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay. So then like everybody who comes into a pool hall wants to learn more about the game of pool. Every single person. I don't care who you are, whether it's me or a newbie or the top people in the world. Everybody this whole game is about learning, where it's a little tip, a little trick, learning about yourself, whatever it is. It's like the whole journey about it. So we need to just do a better job of reaching out and getting in front of people. I think that's what we do a little bit differently than other places. It's not a library, right? So we don't want to just you to
yeah,
check it, get your library books, or in this case, your your rack of balls, and then you go run off in the corner, and then you're here for an hour and you're bored, and you leave and you go home, right? Like that's not at all. Like when you come here, you got to know that like a you're at the spot and B, you're welcome in the spot, you know, and
Yep.
C, we want to show you how you can be an even more of a part of it. So I think if that happened in more places, pool would get a little bit even more stickier than it is, and the game would just grow leaps and bounds, which is what we're going to try to help do. Get in another location or two or 20, and
yeah.
see where everything goes.
Yeah, you're looking to expand that on that route too. It's interesting because, I said in a live that I did the other day that I failed at my room. We never lost money and I actually busted my ass. But the problem was, it's kind of what you're touching on is when you build a global or a giant pool room with 23,000 square feet in all different areas, I would see people coming in just like you, right? I'm sure Bobby's seen it as well, where they're playing from the wrong side of the table. They barely
Yep.
know how to hold the cue, which is great. I love those people because then I can touch them and talk about, hey, this is what you do. My name is Scott. I've done this and get them on the right path. The problem with a bigger room is it's very tough to manage by yourself. And if you don't have the people or the staffing on the same page as you,
What he touched
then you,
about. Yep.
yeah, you can lose touch with these people. And, that's a big moment that can go by the wayside. The people that we really want, like I just gave a lesson yesterday and I didn't know they hired me through a website. I didn't know anything about these people. They came in, they didn't have cues. They'd never played pool. They were a couple. They'd never played pool in their life. I couldn't have been more excited. It was probably the best lesson I've ever given because those are the type of people that I want to make an impression on that can go forward, right? And by the time they were done, the whole point to this is they were excited. They were looking to buy cues. They're probably going to join a league in a few weeks, so I think all of that is really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's get them fired up, get them excited about something. They're here for a reason. They want to be entertained. They want to be excited. Otherwise, they wouldn't have walked into a pool hall, right? They would have gone to some
Sure.
other bar where they just sit in front of some old person, get a couple of beers, and stare at them. Like they want to do something. They want to get involved, other than just sitting around with nothing to
Oh,
do,
I
sitting
agree.
drinking. Like they want to get involved.
I agree,
Yeah.
and I noticed that with the younger crowds now, and I've been in business a long time, 30 years, right? And back in the 90s when it was real popular, pool, I saw a lot of the kids coming in, and like Scott said, they're just trying to learn and get better. Now I'm starting to see that again. And if we can capture this group of young kids and Scott with lessons, and not just Scott, but everybody out there, and what you're saying is educate these guys on the sport and the people that are involved in this, because we have some really unique people in this sport, right, guys?
Oh yeah, yeah. Dave is one of them.
Well, we need more. We need personalities. We need these guys to not be afraid to show their personalities and get
Yes.
out there. And there's certain guys that do them better than others. And there's certain guys that are really trying right now to do it. And there's a lot of guys on TikTok and YouTube and trying to make it happen and create that name. It's like pool players nowadays. It's like you're a tournament player. You're also a TikToker. You're also like a travel vlogger, right? And it's great that they could have that. And I think that's what's going to help this game grow tremendously, because people are seeing these shots. You get a TikTok shot, right? Like somebody did some four rail shot or something on TikTok, and you're sharing to your friends. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. All of a sudden, your friends are like, "Hey, man, let's go. You know what? There's a pool all around the corner. Why don't we go try that? Let's see if we can make that
Absolutely.
shot." It's like, and you don't see that with other sports. If I see somebody do a 360 dunk, my chubby butt ain't going to the
Right.
basketball court and trying to do
Yeah.
that. Right? A long time ago, and I ain't doing that now. So I think it's great, and it's going to continue to grow. And you're still getting this backlash of people who like are sick of staring at their phones and just want something to do other than sitting at a desk and looking at life virtually. Right? You want to just get out there and do something. And pool is just it's such a low barrier to entry to be able to do so. Come to classics, give me $12 US, grab a pool cue and go. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just it's easy, but we gotta still stoke that fire and just keep it going. We can't just let them come in and let them come out. Like we got to be the greeters at the door. We need Walmart greeters. I need
Well,
old people here that are smiley, that are getting people involved.
I know Bobby's got some questions as well. We're going to flip the script real quick, and I'm just going to put it on you right now. So, how many players do you have signed actually right now, Dave?
Do you know? And do you know? That's do you know how many you have?
How many beers did you have? I honestly I have to say it out loud. Uh, so we're fortunate enough to help a ton of guys along the way. So Feder, of course, David Alcaide, Jesus Atencio, uh, Christopher Tevez, also known as Debu, one of my favorite dudes. He's just so hilarious. Gerson Martinez, uh, Fran and Honus are representing us this year, which is super cool.
Awesome.
Love it.
I was really excited to see that. My boy John Morrow, who was so nice that he decided to switch arms on everybody.
Yeah, he
Now
just
he's
won the turning stone. He
Yeah,
just won
and
the
shout out
turning
to
stone.
shout out to John. He played
So big for him.
lights out last weekend. This weekend, whatever
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Couple
he was
weekends ago.
great.
Great.
So I believe that's everybody on the men's side. Of course, I did like a couple of one-offs with Moscone, with Tyler, and Billy. But that was kind of for the Moscone. It wasn't an official like year-long kind of thing. And then on the female
Just
side
so
of things,
people know, though, Dave, just so people know our relationship, I'm not sponsored as a player, so people know, because people probably wonder. I just help Dave, and Dave helps me, right? We're good
well, when you
friends.
did
So,
play over in Bosnia, though,
yeah, one tournament, one tournament.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, hey, that was an important tournament, man.
You did sponsor me there,
That was the
but
most important tournament of the year.
I had
Um,
quit. I had quit playing for like 3 years
no,
at
but
that point.
yeah. So obviously that, and I mean, we were on JJ's shirt for the Reyes Cup. And then on the women's side of things, we're lucky enough to have Christina Tkach not only represent classics, but she's here almost every day, which is crazy. After she moved down to North Miami Beach, and then Brianna Miller, who is I think Brianna's number 3 Fargo woman in the U.S., something like that.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then
she's
Sandy
magnificent.
Chang, yeah, Sandy Chang, and then Alexandra Gulikova, which is a good friend of Christina's, but she's up and coming. I think she's shooting really well. They're all four of the ladies are in Iron City right now at a WPBA event, and then we have one junior, which is Ugo Boyle. So Ugo is like literally going to be the next generation of Spanish pool. I think like this, he's going to be, it's Alcaide, Fran, Jonas, and then coming up, he's 11 years old, and the kid is already insane. I think he got third in the UK Open. Um,
How do you
the
spell
UK
his
Junior
name,
Open.
Dave, for people looking him up?
Hugo,
Okay.
Ugo, and then Boyle, Boyle.
All right.
And yeah, 11 years old, and the kid is like on the door of shattering some records here. So it's super exciting to see him. Um, he's got his little hair flip going on, he's got a little beaver hair flip. It's a lot of fun. So that's what we got going on right now. And then we've got kind of our local guys here that we take care of and send to various local tournaments and stuff. And a couple of them, like what it was to shoot in the Florida Open, and that's really kind of what it's where we're trying to go. I think these guys got super inspired, just like my local guys, right? When they see, Christina's here and she's doing lessons and
Yeah,
practicing. When they see Scott
absolutely.
Frost come through, when they see, Jeremy Jones is going to be here doing some lessons and stuff. When they see these people here, they can start to see it and kind of taste it and feel it, right? And then they get in here and they get a lot more serious, so they start practicing. And then the guys who are just below them see that they're practicing more, and then now they're in here a little bit more and
Yep.
practicing and doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just this whole like landslide effect that's taking place. Um, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. And we try to do stuff like that. Like there's this West Coast Challenge thing that happens here in Orlando every year, and we put a team together last year and went up there. And like this year we're gonna have two teams. We're gonna have one team for like the really high level, one team for the middle level. Like, and we're trying to get people involved in wanting to go to that. And then it becomes like prestigious. Like, yo, dude, I was on the classics team that went over to West Coast Challenge. And then now you've created like this almost club inside of here. Not club like you can't be in it, but club like, community that we can now and
Yeah.
then so now we can go ahead and I can have my little team and I can call up another pool hall and say, hey guys, my guys versus your guys, let's go. We're gonna do a home and home, right?
I like
And
it.
Yes.
I
send
like it.
yeah, various tiers. Like I'm calling Bobby out right now. Bobby, we're coming for
Yeah.
you, bro. We're
I'll
coming to
message
Yale
my
Billiards,
guys.
bringing a
I,
squad from
I,
classics, and we're banging you guys up. And then you
I'll
can
put them
come in
on
down
group
here and
text
try to
right
get
now.
some
I'm
too.
ready. I'm
Well, I
ready.
love it. I love it. They do that here
Yeah,
with Vegas. They do that here with Vegas and California. So, I mean, we did
yeah,
it from our pool room. I think it's really something that's great.
yeah. And you start doing that, and you have 10 rooms around the country that serve as kind of a geographical center point for that region, and you start to really develop something like they do with like I guess soccer is not going to be the best example given where the U.S. men's national team is globally, but just in general, right? You have sort of this Olympic development program that takes place in various other sports. You can have the same thing in pool, really easy. These sort of regional training facilities where people are going and hosting these tournaments, and there are certain things
Yes.
and tiers, and then you win, and then you play against the other guys, and that's like grassroots how we build this thing back up and never relinquish control of it again. As we created a whole farm system, and there's people like, I mean, I talk about this stuff, but I'm sure I'm not the first one to talk about stuff like this. And there's guys out there already doing it. I'm
Yeah, but
talking about it.
you're
There's guys
doing
who are
it.
already
You're
doing it.
doing it. You're doing a lot of stuff, Dave. You're going above and
We're
beyond what
trying.
I've ever seen. I mean, you're doing above and beyond, not only talking, but putting the pieces together where they need to be to do what you need to do.
Yeah, we just got to keep grinding. I think just
So,
got to
where
keep
were you
doing it.
going with that? Where were you going with that? What are you saying there?
No, I'm saying there's room owners across the country. I think that we got to just band together, like literally
Yeah,
have our own. Everybody gets a seat at the table and we all sit down and figure out what we can do collectively to start moving this thing along,
love it.
Yeah.
start
Love it.
push
Yeah.
and pull into the get a little bit more um I'm going to say it's more opportunity, right? Because if you get 10 of us, 10 room owners in the country together, and we agree on at least, hey, we're going to have this tournament of champions to recognize the top 5 juniors in the country, right?
There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be fantastic,
I was
Yeah,
going to say
right?
yeah,
it's got to be
And
youth
it's
involved.
Yeah, and it's less
yeah,
of a burden on everybody, right? It's not just one person. Like
yeah.
everybody gets involved and everybody feels like they got a little piece. And there's a lot of guys I think that are altruistic enough to do that. They're not going to need to get immediate ROI on something. They'll make a couple bucks on the back end and it'll be okay. And it's not all just going to be about, hey, let's put together $100,000 tournament. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Right.
talking about
Right.
prestige.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about
Meaning,
actual
meaning into it.
meaning.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
absolutely.
then those guys can go, hey, I lost this year, but next year I'm going to work my way back up. We're going to get through the regionals.
Absolutely.
We're going to get through here. We're going to go to that final, and we're going to make it happen. You know what I mean? It's like this kind of
Absolutely.
thing
Yeah.
has to happen, I think, and it's here. I think the capability is here. We just got to get it together, and I think it'll be a lot easier than people think.
Yeah, well, I know that Bobby's on board, and I can tell you that people don't know it. I'm a part of another room here, Metro Sportz Bar Grill, and they have perfect tables. Everybody loves the owner and great guy. They're on board as well. So whatever we can do, I know we're all going to do it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And shout out to probably one of your best sponsors, if not your best sponsor, the Bowman Freezer Show, Dave. Thanks for sponsoring the Bowman Freezer Show, man. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
You know, Scott and I, we talk about it off air, you know, what you do for the community and, you know, just stuff like this, talking to you, you know, we're talking to Bustamante, we talked to Shane, you know, he's coming up and, you know, we really appreciate what you're doing. And thanks for supporting the Bowman Freezer
I'm glad
Show.
I could be the guy all the way on the bottom of that list. Like Bustamante, Shane, and I'm like, and then Dave's over there somewhere, man.
And the list is important.
I'm honored to be somewhere. I'm honored to be on the show. I mentioned it.
Well,
very
you're the
far
only
down the
guy.
line. We haven't done
You're
nothing yet.
You're not far down on the line. You're the only guy that doesn't really play pool that's been on this show, by the way. So
For sure.
I would
Yes.
outside.
Oh, you're
of
trying to
that,
say that Dunn shoots pool?
well, I don't even count him. Like Dominic said, he didn't even. He was just a fill-in.
Somebody can't, so we're not going to talk about it.
Big
I'm
shout
gonna
out
get
to
in trouble
Dunn, man.
there.
I love that guy, dude. He's great.
Of course.
We all
Great.
love
It's
him.
great.
This break is brought to you by our sponsors. It's Hilltop Promotions. That's right, Hilltop Promotions. Know the name, hear it out. Hilltop Promotions. It's Steven Tucker and Joe Furtado. These guys are bringing back the 80s, 90s, all the way to the present. They are from Anderson, South Carolina, and they have built a one-on-one venue unlike any other. What their idea is to start out is they're going to take two players, let's say from the 90s, like Tommy Kennedy and Johnny Archer in the finals of the U.S. Open. Tommy Kennedy won that match, right? It was one of the most talked about U.S. Open events of all time. They're still talking about that event. They want to take two players like that and throw them in a ring head to head and let them battle it out for big, big money. And I think that this format is absolutely insane. Guaranteed 10,000 for first place, and the winner continues forward. Okay, and that's where it's really key. Second place, or if you don't win, you're guaranteed 5,000. All expenses paid. These guys are for real, no joke. It's going to happen. They've already got the venue done, and it is incredible. It's Hilltop Promotions, Steven Tucker and Joe Furtado. They're looking to bring back the 90s, okay? All the way to the future, they're going to have elite players from this generation, from the past, but what they're trying to do is take these players from major finals and butt them up head to head so the loser has a chance at revenge. Hilltop Promotions. Keep an eye out for them.
I'm going to take a minute here to talk about In the Box. Now, In the Box, Elvis has been with us since day one. He's a huge supporter to the world of pool, but not only that, he has great products. For one, look at this banner behind us. That was done by him. That's the Bowman Freezer Show. But he also can get you some shirts. If you need APA shirts, UPL League shirts, any other shirts you need for your teams or any other sporting event, you can check out Elvis. That's inthebox.com. The link is in our bio. Check them out. They do great stuff. You can get your names on them. You can get your names on the side. He also personalizes a lot of shirts and stuff like that. So if you have something special you want on it, let him know. He can make it look amazing. So check it out. That's inthebox.com. The link is in the bio. And Elvis, tell him the Bowman Freezer sent you. You might even get a discount.
Going to talk about a pool room that really needs no introduction, but this pool room is talked about all over the country, if not all over the globe. I don't know anybody that's sponsoring and representing more players than these people, but it's David and Leah Bartosiak. This room is in South Florida. This room is called Classics. That's right. It's Classic Billiards. I'll tell you what, they've got 9,300 square feet, and it's plush with diamond tables, bar tables, 9-footers. But one key feature that I'm personally in love with is a technologically advanced arena, and it's called the Aramith Arena.
He's holding major events there, the PLP with Matchroom, one-on-ones. He had the Spanish Open with the 3-on-3s. He's doing it all. But this venue and this arena is second to none and dear to my heart because he's got an actual commentary platform and booth with windows that you can sit up there and work from. And me personally, to call the games, I love it. Classic Billiards in South Florida, 9,300 square feet, full of the best tables on the planet, and the environment is second to none. Dave is not the church type going guy. He's the type of guy to let it rip. He likes to yell, likes to scream, likes to have fun. The vibe in this business is something I've never experienced before. And that's the vibe that he's trying to create all over the world. And I think he can do it. Dave is a leader. I love him like a brother. It's Classic Billiards in South Florida. And one last thing, don't forget the chicken wings. The honey barbecue chicken wings are truly the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. And Shane Van Boning can confirm that. Classic Billiards in South Florida. We absolutely love you. Thank you so much.
Tommy's Tattoo Supply is probably one of the largest tattoo supplies companies in the world. And you can check out the link. It's on our bio. That's Tommy's Supplies, Tommy's Tattoo Supplies. This guy's everything you need from tattoos, from ink to tattoo guns to any other products you need for tattoos. He's got this great color ink as well. You got to check it out. That's Tommy's Supplies. I'm telling you, he's an awesome dude. But not only that, he's very smart. And he's got a great company. And if you have anything to do with tattoos, whether you're a tattoo company or just an artist, you got to check out his website and check him out. I promise you won't be dissatisfied. He'll take care of you, whatever you need. That's Tommy Supplies. Check out the link. We appreciate it, Tommy. Thank you very much.
Now, back to the show.
I want to touch a little bit about, I don't know how much you want to get into this, just a little bit about Scott too. You know, we had Scott, we had a show on him this week talking about Moscone. You know, he threw your name out there a little bit about maybe like a, whatever you want to call it, like a training facility before Moscone with a bunch of Americans. What can you say anything about that? You think that's a great idea? Is that something you guys might happen if he becomes and when he becomes captain of
I will do
Moscone this year?
anything. I will do anything it takes to make that happen. You understand? Anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. We're in Florida, okay? Boys, get down here, get in the swamp, you know, hop on an airboat ride, get acclimated to the humidity down here, right? It's a different vibe. Come down to Florida. We've got the arena. We're gonna have people around here screaming their heads off. You know what I mean? This and further, just giving you the send off that you deserve, right? Just how and these guys are going to be running through brick walls when they come down here and they see the support that they have firsthand just from one room, and they realize, dude, there's 100 rooms out there with full of people that support you like this, right? Or 1,000 rooms or whatever it is. They need to feel that. But the structure of it, we've talked about it. I mean, Freezer and I talk about it all the time. It's not, you know, everybody uses this boot camp word. It ain't a boot camp. It's a kumbaya session, right? It's team building. It's about galvanizing as a unit. That's what it's all about, right? And for me down here, it's about the positivity. It's about letting them know that all of us have their back, and it doesn't matter when you're up there at the table and you know that you've prepped, right? You obviously these guys have prepped their whole life, but now they know I was just down there. In the back of their head, they know they have so much support and all that. Why do you think there's home court advantage or home field advantage or home anything advantage when these players play against each other? There is that feeling and that resonance and that frequency that vibrates through your body. So I need those boys to come down here and feel that vibration, feel that resonance, feel that frequency. And then when they go 3 hours north to Orlando and they're playing against Europe, they feel that same thing and they know that we have their back. And there's one way to do it, and it's right here.
That's right. One thing, absolutely. I'm freaking with you all the way there. I think, and I know you'll echo this. And if you're not going to help, then that's fine. But I know you will. I don't think it's just 5 guys. I think we need 10 guys, and meaning 10 guys, even if it's 5 guys that are a little bit on the back burner that include a couple of younger players that have the ability, because we have to breed these guys into this position to where they're getting a team training session, right? Where they're getting a team training session, because of course these guys have prepped their whole life. They've prepped their whole life, but they haven't prepped their whole life as a teammate. And I think that those two things are completely different. And that's where you really come in as well, down there in that atmosphere. I think it's an absolutely perfect fit, number one. And number two, like you just said, 3 hours north is where the venue is for the Cup this year.
You
Yeah,
guys are
we'll put
you
'em-
guys are nailing it home. Sorry, Dave, but you guys are nailing it home on what you guys are saying. You know what I mean? And what you said earlier, Dave, is you want American players beating down the door to be able to play. And you're trying to create that. And what Scott's saying is you have 10 people going in that atmosphere, learning, doing that. Can you imagine all the Americans? There's nobody going to say, I don't want to play in Moscone, or I'm not going to travel. Everybody's going to want to travel. Everybody's going to want to be on that team. Correct?
Well, absolutely, they're going to want to, because you're going to create this whole thing. Remember, it's about creating the whole system behind it, creating the prestige. When we always talking about these regional things, this is big picture. I'm going to sound like a wackadoodle, but if you have your own regional headquarters for all these, and everyone has their own little Moscone squad, and then they kind of graduate, and a couple of them go and they play in the bigger one, and then all of a sudden you have here, like, I want to do the up, and regardless of what happens, I don't care what happens. If Matchroom goes away and says they hate Dave forever, which will never happen. But anyway, let's say they run away from me, I'm still gonna have the 5 next up that I think are gonna be in Moscone coming to the room and training, right? And if they do that for
But
2
it
or 3
can't be
years,
5. It can't be 5, because this is how we lose the other guys, because
I
they
said
don't
the
feel
next
like
5. I'm saying the next
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but yeah, you have a whole boot camp with 10 people, and then they're all
Right.
sparring with each other, and it's a
Yeah.
thing. And we could do that the week before Moscone, right? Although I guess, yeah, you can do that in
But you could
mid-November,
do it off
early
and on
November.
all year, really.
Yeah,
Like
Do it
right.
6
throughout the year.
months
You
in.
could do it at other rooms throughout the year.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
You could have these Moscone, and that's the other thing I wanted to hammer home too. Doesn't have to happen at classics. I think it should happen all over the US. You can have one every few months, every 3 months. Why don't we just do one every 3 months somewhere, where it's just a quick
Well,
weekend and these guys can come in, 10 of them can come in, or whoever that 10 might, and it doesn't have to be, I'm not talking it's Shane and Federer, right? These
right.
guys are busy, they got stuff going on. But the next tier, or the next tier below that,
Yeah.
those guys, if we center it around a place that they're already in for a tournament anyway, how
Okay.
hard would it be to get them together for a few more days after that, and
Yep.
just starting getting into that mindset? And we have no idea what that is going to pay off. We're talking about doing that now. What happens when those guys 5 years later have done that for 5 years? All of a sudden, they're the studs that are on the Moscone Cup
Exactly.
team. Then what's going to
Absolutely.
happen? They're going to be
Exactly.
crying.
Yeah.
They're going to be
And
crying
the
over there at Ali Pally.
You're right. You're right. And that's, I mean, it's just a big program that can start tomorrow. But that's why it's so important, because of the way the World Nine Ball Tour is structured and point system, which we've discussed. That's a whole nother story. It is what it is right now. But the problem with that is that a lot of guys will start playing, start the season, and then they'll recognize that they probably don't have a chance. Well, the problem with that is it gets disheartening for these guys, right? I have been there. I, in 2015, tried out. I was third in points almost all season. I was almost locked in. I didn't make it. Long story short, it's disheartening because, number one, it's very expensive, right? And then number two, it just kind of kills your motivation. And then you see the same guys every year making the team. I get it. But if we can implement these guys, these younger guys, in with the guys that are making the team yearly, I think, and do it before. That's why I'm so big on, and I don't really care. If it's the right guy that's the Moscone Cup captain, I don't really care, but it needs to be released sooner than later. The reason being is because America is different than Europe, and I've watched this for 25 years. We need the prep time. We need that time to get together and start doing stuff like this. And that's where it really, really comes in. And you don't necessarily need the captain picked by 6 months prior, but you need some type of a basis to go off of. And like, I've got 10 guys off my head right now that I would have and throw into that channel at your room, or at a room here, and then to your room, right?
Yep, I love it.
And you know as well as I do, and Bobby knows as well as I do, all I got to do is get on the phone, and I'm just being honest, a plane ticket for each one of these guys, and it's not the end of the world, right? We can get that done. I guarantee you we can get that done through sponsorship, whatever it is. But the biggest problem is financially at the end of the day for a lot of the guys that are in that other class, which I think is important to cover.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. I mean, nobody said this is going to be a perfect way to do it, but as long as we're moving in the right direction, I think is great. And here's another thing. I got an idea. How about double points for U.S. players on U.S. soil?
Double points for U.S. players on U.S. soil. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
when you're strictly trying to qualify for the U.S. team, right? The dollar amounts that you earn in the U.S. should be worth $2. So that way, when the guys who are local here in the U.S. trying to grind it out and make that squad, it's more impactful. And she can do it in Europe too. You can say, okay, European guys, when you're here in Europe, these count more. And the Asian guys, when you guys are over here, these
You're
count
talking
more.
solely on the points,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like what
WNC
it looks
style.
like.
So-
I
so-
see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Less expensive for the players and with a better
Exactly. It
chance.
encouraged them
Yeah.
more. They wouldn't get so discouraged early on because they'd be like, hey, we still have a chance to make this American squad, versus these guys can afford to go and play in a major. And if they do well in a major, all of a sudden they're going to, boom, you're in, right?
Right.
Where's that
Or
money come from? Does it come from sponsorship?
No, they don't actually get the money. I'm talking about the points.
Okay,
they're
you're
doing.
talking about the
Just the
points.
points.
Yeah, I'm
Just the
talking about
points.
for in order to
Okay.
qualify to just keep
Yeah.
the skin in the game to get them qualified.
Okay,
That's what I'm.
that's what I wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean, I'm spitballing here, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is the type of I think there's flexibility within the existing framework to achieve the overall goal we're trying to do easier, I think.
All right, Dave, let's talk a bit about you. I know a little bit about you. I don't know too much about you. Let's talk a little bit about your Chicago upbringing and the passion that you tell us a little history about yourself that brought you to have you have a passion for this sport that's you don't see too often. So where did that come from Chicago?
Yeah, it's in the blood, man. It's in the blood on both sides. And when I was just hyper competitive growing up, I grew up on just on the fringe of the north side, the first suburb over. So I went to Evanston Township High School, Wildcats baby. But it was a really diverse high school, and I was one of the white guys on the basketball team. Of course, I was on the end of the bench, but that was okay. And but also I was a goalie actually. I played soccer pretty darn good if you ask me. But that's where a lot of this competitive, kind of spirit comes from. And then as I got older, I was playing pool a little bit more. And it wasn't really until I lived in Wrigleyville by where the Chicago Cubs play that I
Oh, yeah.
started going to one of the local haunts there, Lang's over on Cornelia and Southport. And like every Sunday, Mama Lang would make like a pot of something, right? So you have like drunken beans, or you'd have like tacos or whatever it was. And then all the league players would come there on Sunday, and we would just shoot pool and hang out and like eat together. And it was just like such a cool little community that I was like, one day I'd love to have something like that. And then I kind of, I moved down to Florida, chasing my wife, and
Good
Shout
job.
out Leah Bartosiak.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, right. And
Good catch.
Is
yeah, I
she
think
there,
I'd be
Dave?
okay.
Is she there?
She's there. She's running around here somewhere.
Well, you got to pull her in so everybody can see her
Yeah,
at some
for sure. I
point.
gotta say hi to her.
I'll get her. Nobody will believe she's, she's I thank God her eyesight's not that good. So she hasn't really seen how ugly
I
am.
know that feeling. Trust
But
me, Dave. I'm in the
yeah,
same
right.
boat.
But I lucked out. But anyway, so I had the opportunity to get into this kind of during COVID, and this place was just it wasn't great. Okay, I'm just gonna it wasn't great, and it was funny because even when I first took over, people were like, "You bought what? You're talking ew." So they thought I was crazy, and that kind of drives me a little bit too. Like when I do these things, and people are like, "Well, what are you doing that for? Like, why are you like you're not gonna get anything from that?" I'm like, "Oh, just watch." So crazy like a fox, I guess. So little by little, we've kind of built this thing up, but it is all about that competitive background, I think, from sports, and just having the hustle, man. The hustle was instilled in me at a very young age. Like my grandparents came over from war torn Poland, and got it out of the mud. You know what I mean? And every day got up and went to work and worked multiple jobs and just hustled, and that just translated all the way down. And now I can't stop.
Dave, do you mind talking about what you do for your main source of income or main
Yeah, so
source of
so,
money
so I,
loss?
oddly
Your
oddly
career.
enough, I'm in the financial world. On the I know I don't look it, but on
I
the
love
like
that.
financial analyst and on the investment side of things, that's kind of where. So I could talk stocks with you all day long. But
I seen
which
your name on MSNBC a couple times actually.
Yeah, so I mean,
You're a madman.
if you Google me, I used to do a live hit on Bloomberg TV um, for
Yeah.
many, well, not many years. I think I did for 2 years, something like that, when I was at the in Chicago and at the Chicago Board of Options Exchange. So much shorter beard, less gray. I was a little skinnier then too. But yeah, so that kind of world is where I come from. So the good news about that is that it kind of helps me with trends and on the business side of things and thing where things go.
Very competitive too.
Yeah, yeah. Just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But
Cutthroat,
yeah, so
right?
I
Very
think
cutthroat.
that's kind of helped me adapt, I think, to this world. The cool thing about the pool world is the barrier to entry is very high, right? So every kind of pool room you have has a little bit of a moat because you're sort of protected because who's going to write the check for all these pool tables? Who's going to deal with the municipalities? I don't know how it is. It's not the same everywhere, of course, but in South Florida, I mean, we're looking for location number 2, and there are entire municipalities that just told me, "No way, like, don't even look at our
Yeah.
city, like, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen."
that's
And
terrible.
you're like, "What are you talking like, what do you think
They
this is
look
like
at
a
it like it's
house?"
a strip club.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
this a house
right.
of ill
Yeah.
repute? Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing going on. It's like there's a bunch of old guys hanging out shooting pool, drinking a couple Miller Lights. Like, what do you think is happening here? You know?
Right.
It's crazy. It's like reefer madness all over again, you know? So, um, but you have these different various, barriers to entry. And I nowadays I have people reaching out to me all the time about advice for, opening a pool room and what to do and all that. And I welcome it, man. My phone, my email inbox is open. People can holler at me, and I'd love to help you guys along the way. Whatever it
Listen, you
takes.
guys heard that. You guys heard that. I'm not joking. People reach out to me. I can give you advice on possible layouts and things like that. But if you guys want real advice about how to operate a pool room nowadays, to make it nowadays, it's a different story. This is the guy. And if he's willing to give you the information, you would be kicking yourself not to take advantage of that.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I've had guys, various guys. I mean, remember, Freezer, you had our buddy come
Rob,
come through here.
Rob,
Yeah, he's opening a place in Boise, Idaho,
yeah,
and he's fortunate enough. He's been taking like tours of pool rooms all over the U.S. And
smart guy,
he's
smart
a
guy.
very smart guy. And
Yes, he is.
I picked his brain a lot too when he was here. And one thing that I sort of came away with is both of us are kind of on the same page with what a
Yes,
what
you
a
are.
pool hall has to look like. And I think we're both committed to kind of executing that vision. It's so hard, man, with real estate prices where they are.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to go just kind of on the fringe.
Yeah, it
It's like you
can't
don't
be on
want
a
to be in like
main
a
road. Yeah.
no, you can't be on.
Yeah.
Although Bobby, we're actually kind of on a main road here, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
are.
luckily,
guys are. Yeah, you guys are.
yeah, luckily for me, we're kind of in we're in a town that has I think a mistakenly tough reputation. I mean, I never had any problems here.
I
I think
love
it's
that
great.
area. I really
Yeah.
do.
Remember, I grew up in a little different place too. So when
Yeah.
people are like, "Yeah, it's kind of hood over there," I'm like,
You
"You
know
guys
what
have
are you
no idea
talking
what
about?
hood
Yeah.
looks like, homie. You guys have no idea." So, and I didn't even
Yeah.
come from any really bad I mean, there were bad neighborhoods, but geez, I mean, these guys are.
But
So, anyways, the point is, you gotta be picky, and then even landlords, the municipality would say okay, and then you go to landlord, and you're like, no, 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 you can't have that here. You're like, what do they think we're gonna do? I don't understand it. But it is what it is.
Well, I do touch on this, Bobby. Bobby
yeah.
probably knows where I'm going to
Yeah.
go with this, and some people agree, some people disagree. And listen, Color Money is one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies of all time. I can, and I'm terrible with movies, terrible with music. Erica's the best I've ever seen. I can recite almost every line on the Color Money and the Hustler. The problem with that is that it did fit kind of a stereotype into the industry for a long time. Back then, we had real characters because they didn't have phones and social media to kind of get lost in and get a little bit what's the word, reclusive or introverted, right? And that's kind of what I've seen with some of the younger players now is they're a little bit more introverted. But I think these municipalities and I think these older inspectors, which I had to deal with a lot of, I think they're a little bit stuck on that image of pool, and it's just not that way anymore. In the pool rooms,
Yeah,
they're upbeat. They're typically all these pool rooms are upbeat, good
Yeah.
food, clean, good people, right? You don't see
Music,
this
just
stuff
good
happening.
time. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, there is also a huge opportunity for it is happening across multiple businesses, right? This isn't just pool, but there's guys who maybe ran it a certain way 20 years ago, who are still running it the way that it was 20 years ago, who are looking to no longer run a pool hall, and it's pretty obvious in the way their operations are. Those people I also welcome to holler at your boy, because it would be much easier, just like I did here, to
Yeah, of
come in. Everybody
Smart,
wins.
smart.
Everybody wins. The
course.
guy, the guy who was running it, who just wants to be done, he gets paid, right?
Yep.
He gets to see his old baby kind of be awesome, and then we get to cut through a lot of the red tape associated with the city and all that and all this nonsense. So, also, if there's room owners out there that are getting a little tired of running a room, you can holler at me too, because we're looking for those types of opportunities as well.
Yeah, good stuff. That's how you really got the room you're in. I don't think initially you told me you didn't want to be in that business. You were kind of forced to be in that business,
It
and
was like Paulie and Goodfellas, I was like, what I know about running a
It
restaurant, right?
happens. There you go.
Say what I know about running a pool hall, but it just fit. For us, it fit because at the time Leah was working as the GM at Mark Jacobs, and they were shipping her up and down the East Coast to open up new locations, and the mall was starting to get a little bit sketchy. This is like COVID, so there was some weird stuff happening, like people getting in fights and stuff getting stolen and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know if I really want you in that environment. And it was just right around the time when this opportunity came up, and I was like, listen, uh you're over there. I think they did $2 million a year or something, and she was making X amount of dollars. I'm like, listen, if you're over there making 2 million for them and you're only taking home that, if we do 2 million here, we're going to take home a lot more than that. And you're the good people person that can actually manage. My problem is I'm a terrible manager, because I just want to keep everybody forever. So you can be like the worst person on earth, and I'll just, because I love you, I'll let you stick around forever. So luckily she's the one who's kind of like, nah, man, can't do that. I'm like, don't give up on him. He's my project. It's like, nah. So she can she's great, and she's done a fantastic job getting great people in here. And then now it's like our own people weed out the people that aren't necessarily going to make it. So it's really cool. It took a while to get here, but we're super happy that it is how it is, and now we're just excited to to do more, man. To do
well, I
more, to
texted
give back
Leah.
more.
I text her, and I told her to go get on cam. She probably hasn't looked at her phone, and if she has, she's ignoring me. But anyway,
She's got a pool cue in her hand. I
yeah, she
think
is
that's what the
definitely not
problem is.
looking at her phone. Then this
She's got a
woman
pool
loves to
cue.
play pool.
No, she's playing. That's the problem.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
she's on table 6 getting warmed up for league night. She got a new cue. She's all jazzed up. Big shout out to David Al-Qaidi for hooking it up, man.
Nice.
And now she loves it. And
Nice.
but you know what shaft we like? That triple 60 shaft, man.
Oh
I'm a big
yeah,
fan. I'm a big fan.
yeah. I
Yeah, so
played
she's
with it
getting
for
that
quite a
too.
while. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
My
not
daughter
bad.
plays with it. My daughter plays with this. She's a APA 7. She plays great. She loves it. She
Yeah.
absolutely
It's
loves it.
it's definitely gives you a lot of power. I think that was the problem. It had too much power for me. I just couldn't get in tight areas where I'm used to. That's why I went. I, I'm not shouting them out, but the SMO shaft is half carbon, half wood. It was just a better fit for me. But triple 60 does make a great product.
Yeah. Well, let's check that out too.
This break is brought to you by our sponsors.
Let's talk about NM Billiards. That's NM as Nick Marino Billiards. He has an office in Berlin. It's his home. He also does a lot of cool things. He has a garage where he stores pool tables as well. If you need any kind of table work in the East Coast, give him a call. He can refurbish your table. He can buy your table. He can sell your table. And he can also refelt it. So if you need any work done, check out. The link is in our bio. It's NM Billiards. It's Nick Marino. An awesome dude. He'll take care of you or whatever you need as far as table work, whether it's refurbishing the table, bringing it back to life and getting it refelted, getting it reclothed, whatever you need. Check out Nick Marino Billiards.
I have to mention my friends here in North Phoenix. It's Metro Sports Bar and Grill. David Lee, the owner, and Alfonso, they do nothing but care for this business. It's got your favorite sporting events. The minute you walk in the front door and look to the left, there is a wall of TVs, has to be upwards of 50 flat screen TVs. They've got the food you want. They've got every sporting event you're looking for. But more importantly for me, they've got 8 9-foot tables, and they're diamonds and they're blue labels. These tables are in such great condition. I don't think there's a table in the country that plays any better than all 8 of these tables. Just keeps them in perfect condition. year around, and they know how to keep a table because they play themselves. They've got 9 bar tables. Yes, Blue Label Diamond bar tables, and they do the same for those tables. This place is your destination if you like sports and you like pool. Every single night of the week, they have some type of a tournament. They have leagues there. And then on the weekends, it's run and gun. People have a blast. It's in a great location. It's in North Phoenix off the I-17 in Dunlap. Do me a favor. If you're in Phoenix, you have to check out Metro Sports Bar and Grill. Tell them the freezer sent you.
Wayne Harriman, the Sandman, doesn't get better than this guy. Wayne Harriman has been around for a long time, supporting this sport and doing so many big things for it. I've seen him sponsor females for ladies events. I've seen him sponsor men that didn't have the money to play an event, whether it's locally or even a couple pro events. Wayne Harriman, the Sandman, has done a lot for pool. So thank you very much, Wayne. We appreciate you, man.
I don't think I'm alone when I say that I love an inspirational story, and I'm about to give you one. Manuel Gonzalez Jr. was in the military, ended up going to the Vietnam War, and was tragically injured. Ended up losing his right arm and his right leg, underwent multiple surgeries. When he got out, most people didn't think he would walk, let alone do anything else. And not only did he walk, boy, he walked, but became one of the best pool players in the Denver area where he's from. And when people would come up to him and say, Manuel, sir, how do you do it? He would look directly at them and say, I control the rock. And I think it's pretty awesome. His son, Manuel Gonzalez III, is carrying the torch. He's letting everybody know his father's story, which is fascinating. Go to controltherock.com and check it out. There is a quick video on Manuel's story. You can see this book here and order it if you'd like. There's a jersey just like this and multiple others, which I absolutely love. It's controltherock.com. Manuel Gonzalez Jr. doing big things, carrying the story forward. And I, for myself, absolutely love it. Thank you guys so much. Go to controltherock.com.
I want to talk about my man, Andy Gow. He's been with the Boom and Freezer show since day one. Day one. He's also a friend of mine, and he's also a huge supporter to the world of pool. Andy Gow has been with us and also any other platform you can think of, following, sharing, like, share, and subscribe. That's his motto. So, Andy Gow, I just want to say thanks for being a supporter and a sponsor of the Boom and Freezer show. You're the man.
Here's somebody and another business that I want to talk about. It's PNW Pool Thing on Facebook. Stands for Pacific Northwest Pool Thing Stream. And it's Jesse Johnson. Jesse Johnson used to live here in Phoenix, and he's built all types of trophies. He's in the lighting business as well. But his love and his passion is pool. It's PNW Pool Thing Stream. Now, something else, I was just touching on lighting. You see that J Flowers sign right there? I'd say it's 2 foot by 5 foot, maybe by 4 foot. Listen, I shopped all over the globe online looking for an LED sign or some type of neon sign. LED's the way to go nowadays. This sign is dimmable. I ended up giving him a call, and in no time, this sign was done, but the price is what shocked me. Okay. I'm not making it up. You have to message PNW Pool Thing on Facebook or Instagram, PNW Pool Thing on Facebook or Instagram. His name is Jesse, and tell him the freezer sent you. Not to mention, go to PNW Pool Thing and check out their stream. It's PNW Pool Thing Stream. They're streaming your greatest content every single day. They're known as the best streamers up in the Northwest. PNW, as I said, stands for Pacific Northwest. They're simply known to stream in one of the best venues I've seen. If you go on there, you're going to be hooked. You're going to see the venue, the lighting around the table, the backdrops, everything is to the nines. PNW Pool Thing on Facebook. Thank you, Jesse Johnson, for the support, and keep doing what you're doing.
Agape Sober Homes is a nonprofit organization that helps people with addictions, whether it's drug or alcohol, give them a place to live. Suad, a good pool player in his own right, is the head of the organization. And you can check out the link in the bio. It's Agape Sober Homes. And again, what they are doing is they're providing homes and places to live for people that in need, whether it's drugs or alcohol. I know everybody can talk about somebody in their family, if not themselves, that struggled with it. So many people have struggled with it in my lifetime. I've lost friends through addiction. My dad was an alcoholic. I can talk about him now. He passed away, but I remember going to Al-Anon meetings. So the addiction is real. Everybody knows about it. And what Suad is doing is fantastic. So check it out. It's Agape Sober Homes. And if you know somebody that needs help, have them contact him. Maybe he can help them out. Or if you want to volunteer, it's a nonprofit organization that helps people with addictions. Suad, great job. Agape Sober Homes. Check them out in the bio.
Now, back to the show.
We got a big event coming up, I hear, in Florida. I think somebody's starting off the WNT season, right? You want to elaborate what's going on with the whole world? I know you already made the announcement, but
we've got a lot of events going on.
The PLP though, that's the big one.
The
right?
PLP is well. All right. So right before PLP though,
right before that,
we have the WPBA the Players Championship at the Classic Billiards. 50,000 added. It's their biggest. Wow. I believe it's WPBA's biggest ever. I think Dean will have to correct me on that, but if strictly WPBA without WPA involvement, I think that's their biggest. It's a major, so we're super excited about that. We have some big names that have told me they're coming.
I can imagine everybody's got to be there. I can imagine.
Outside your normal roster of Christina and Pia, Margaret, everybody. A certain Black Widow will be not just in the building, but in the tournament.
That's Jeanette awesome. She was just on our show.
Is going to come back for this event, right? She's obviously, it's tough for her to commit to, a whole schedule of events, but she is coming for that event. So that's huge. It's the 50th anniversary of the WPBA this year, kicking it off with $50,000 at a major here in South Florida. Super excited about that. So that's the big one. So that is from February 12th through the 15th. Then on the 16th, Henry, Phoebe, Emily, and everybody. Yeah, everybody's going to be here to rearrange things because on the 18th of February, it is Premier League pool here at Classic Billiards. Unbelievable. I'm so honored. I was floored that we were even in the conversation to host that thing. But when the opportunity presented itself, of course, I said, yes, whatever you need, let's do it. The top 16 players in the world, here at Classics, duking it out round robin style. Just incredible, man. We're so excited.
For a full week.
A full week, 18th through the 22nd.
Yeah.
They're going to be here dueling it out. It's a grueling event. I'm sure Freezer can talk about it. It's just, man, there's no round one where you're walking over somebody, right?
No, there's a way to play it. There's 15 races. Each guy will play 15 races to 5. But that's over 7 days. But I'll tell you what, it's the most grueling to commentate, and it's got to be the most grueling to play. For Shane Van Boning to win that at Jason Shaw's room 2 years ago at 41 years old was spectacular for me to see, because the practice that he put in between every match, he just never left the room. He was there for 12 hours every day, never left the room, where other guys would play a match and try and get away and clear their mind. Yeah. What he did that year was incredible. But yeah, Dave, it's going to be a lot of pool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we're really excited. By the time this podcast goes out, the list will be announced, I'm sure. But I do know that Jesus Atencio is going to be there. We're super excited about that. Of course, to have one of our boys in there. And I think there's some other surprise names that are going to be there this year, which would be great.
Yeah, I think Dave. I think they picked the top 8, and then I think they don't pick the top 8. I think that the 8 make it, and then 8 wild cards. But
8 wild cards. I do know Fran and Honus are going to be here. So at least I got 3 in the game. 3 out of the 16 will be wearing Classics patches, so that's super exciting for me.
That's pretty good.
If not more. Wait, actually 4. 4.
Who's the 4th? What do we got?
Mr. Smooth, baby.
Oh,
Johnny
John
Moore.
Moore. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Mr. Smooth. He told me yesterday, and like I said, by the time the podcast goes out, it'll be that he's coming. He's excited too, man. So our boy's got a real
When,
shot.
well, then I'll say it here as well. I believe so. I don't even think did I talk to you about it, Dave?
I don't know
I'll
what you're
say it.
talking about. I don't know
I'll
what you're
say
talking
it
about,
like
man.
yeah. So I'll say it. Justin Bergman, Emily Fraser called me, and Justin Bergman will most likely be a big surprise to play in his premier year. Really trying to come back and chase the cup. He's going to probably get a shot and an opportunity to play the PLP, represent the United States in that event. I think that's awesome.
That's great. That's great.
I think it's
That's
great
awesome.
too. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have a conversation, I think, when he gets here.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a really good dude. Every player likes this guy. And I'll tell you, you talk about, I don't give a lot of people credit. I really don't, because I was a killer myself. And this guy was always just so consistent. But he's also a guy that everybody gets along with and really kind of like. So he's just a great kid.
I do have one big concern about him, though. Is he a St. Louis Cardinal fan, being from down
There's
there?
a possibility. There's a possibility.
God.
Maybe
You know
he'll
what?
have to
Forget
bring
it.
his
Call the whole
Louisville
thing off.
slugger.
Let's call the whole thing off. I don't think he's allowed in classics, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, we're gonna have to.
I don't know for sure though. I better
Oh,
find out.
Better not be wearing any of that Cardinal stuff here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, baby.
No Cardinals, no Packers, no Red Wings.
Packers you have to worry about this year. You have to worry about the Packers this year.
Yeah, they got shredded already.
Yeah, they got shredded.
Extra cheese. We're putting extra cheese on everything here this whole week.
Extra cheese, baby. Talk about food. I don't want to switch subjects, but listen, I'm not a wings guy. I'm just not, right? And when you had Shane Van Boning and I down there, and Shane's like, you gotta try the wings. And so I'm like, he keeps pushing me to do it. And so we ordered the wings, and a big plate of these wings come over. And I wasn't there half hour on the first time I was there, and I was sitting over in the corner, and I ate that entire thing. Your honey barbecue wings, and they're made with real garlic. You guys, can you tell us how you prep them, or do you not want to do that? Just top secret stuff.
It's the hot honey garlic. That's the #1 seller. So we season them, we bake them, then we fry them to order and toss them up in the sauce. And in the case of the hot honey garlic, it's hot sauce, real honey, and real garlic. So it's not like, we're getting something off the shelf.
You're not shaking it on there, just shaking it on.
Nah, man, it's real deal, Holyfield. And then Jackie, big shout out to Jackie, our chef. She's always in there, like, coming up with new ideas. Like, Dave, try this. She just did it today. She gave me this thing. She called it the strawberry Hennessy, and it was just like a really sweet strawberry. Not my thing. I was like, I'm good on that. But the point is, she's always cooking up something in the kitchen. Blackberry chipotle mint. That's the one that she won the South Florida contest for the wings over the choice award down here for that blackberry chipotle mint.
Do you guys have that on the menu?
Yeah, buddy.
Of course.
Okay.
So you get a little sweetness from the blackberry with that, like, the sweet heat, smoky sweet heat from the chipotle, and then it just finishes with the mint. And it sounds weird, but when you have it, you're like, oh, like, have you ever had like lamb and then you put a little mint, jelly on it, something like that?
I can't afford lamb, but
it's something.
somebody else.
You just got to go to a Greek diner somewhere, bro. It's not about you got to go to one of those 24-hour Greek diners.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mary had a little lamb and I ate her, bro. Lamb's delicious. The lamb. I ate the lamb.
That's going in the short. You ate the lamb.
The lamb, bro. The lamb.
That one's tagged. Don't worry, that one's going up.
But for real though, the wings, like Scott said, when I was there with Jonas and Fran and everybody, everybody has different wings, and you're literally like I feel like I was at a wine tasting test. Try this. You got to eat this, and every one was delicious. It's like it's so good, great stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's Thursday night. We're probably gonna. Our record is over 1,000 wings in a Thursday night. And Jackie's telling me that I guess she ran out last week and it was over 1,000. So she says it's not going to happen today. So I think we're going for the record today. We're going to see if we can get up to 1,200 wings tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, and tonight is Thursday night. This is, they have big nights every night, but Thursday night just gets insane in there.
Thursday's
right?
gonna be pandemonium. Tomorrow's gonna be nuts. This weekend we have we're doing a $4.99 and under. We already have over close to 70 people signed up, and then we're doing an open that has over 40 people. We're doing it simultaneously. Federer's going to be in the building doing challenge matches and stuff. So we love doing that. We love bringing in a pro and then doing tournaments around it. So
Yep.
again, it's all about creating that vibe, that experience, that fun time. And we usually have T-shirts and stuff that people get to sign. I mean, you saw I made a nice one for when Freezer and SVB
It
were
was
here,
awesome. I
and
love that as well. It was so much fun.
it's great, and it gives people something to like anchor their experience with. And then when we're here on league night, guess what? They're rocking their shirts here.
Unbelievable.
You
I
you
touched
look
on
here,
that
it's all
when I
yeah,
came
it's like
back.
classics logos everywhere, right?
Yeah,
So
unbelievable.
it's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
We got to get Boomer. You don't have anything. I got to
I
hook
don't
you up
have
with
one. Yeah,
something.
I gotta get one. I gotta get the order
I'll
list.
get you.
Put
I'll get you
something on
started.
there. All right, I
Yeah,
like it.
I'll get you sorted out. I got to make a truck up there this summer anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, I mean, maybe McDermott Open. We'll see. That's going to be right before the expo. Do you ever go to the expo or Philadelphia?
I have not been to the expo. When is the expo this year?
The week after the 5th, right after Easter, the 7th, I think it is. It starts on the April 7th.
Oh, of April?
Yeah, April 7th.
Oh,
so we got the McDermott Open the 1st to the 4th, and then Easter, and then we're going right to the expo. Yeah,
that's a solid maybe. I try to minimize my travel to cold places, right? And I'm going to Iowa. Going to Iowa around like St. Patty's Day. So I'm already not happy about that, but
Shout out
it'll
to
be
my
fun.
hometown.
Oh, dude, I'll get one of those Das boots at that place in Des Moines. Just going. I've been
Yeah.
there before. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good time.
nice.
So we're gonna go out there for that ultimate pool event that they're happening,
Awesome.
the Iowa shootout,
Oh,
something like
yeah,
that.
right.
Oh, Dennis Hatch. My goodness, I forgot that we sponsored Dennis Hatch. Sorry, Dennis. We just sponsored Dennis too. Yeah, see, look at me, dude. Oh man, I thought you guys were asking for under 50. That's why.
That's why I put you on the spot.
That's gonna clip too.
That's why I put you on the spot.
Yeah,
oh man, he's gonna punch me dead in my chest when he sees me next time. That's right, I can take it.
It's all good. Dennis is all right, man. Dave, what do you got, Bobby?
we got the WPA, which is incredible. It's good. That's changing the world for WPA 50th anniversary. Great job.
WPBA?
WPBA. I'm sorry, WPBA. Great job. 50,000 added. Then you're doing the PLP. What else you got planned? I mean, 2026. I mean, I don't know what else you can do. You're sponsoring all these great players. Yeah, I know you got something going on, but what else you got?
Just a couple of things we're working on. We're working on something in May. Working on something in May that would be cool. Probably a ranking.
I haven't heard about it, so obviously I'm in the dark. You hear about
Yeah.
all my little tricks, but I'll have to call you.
Yeah, you have to. I got to play a couple of cards close to me. I don't really say stuff until I know it's a done deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I hate that guy that's like, yeah, this is gonna happen, and
Nothing
then
happens.
and then he hasn't paid me back in 9 months, right? I'm all about under promising and over delivering. So I'm telling you, there's gonna be something awesome in May. I'm excited about it, and then hopefully we get a ranking event. I hope me doing PLP doesn't mean I can't do a ranking event, right? I mean, I feel like
Well, it's also oh no, it's not a ranking event. Yeah, you should be able to, of course.
Yeah, I would think you should.
Yeah,
be able to.
I feel like I should. And then, of course, I'm telling whatever it takes. I want to be the Moscone training ground here, whatever it takes. I mean, we've got a 4-inch diamond here. If they want me to throw a Rasen in here for them to practice, whatever, we'll make it happen. Whatever it takes, it doesn't matter. I would be honored to be that guy, to be able to have those guys in this room and take care of them. And all the pros know when they come through, we take care of them. Even like I said, when Max and CJ were here the other night, we took care of them, right? Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, as long as I like you, I'm gonna take care of you. You're all good. When you come here, this is a happy place for all pros. We really appreciate all the hard work and sacrifice that everybody does, the time away from their family, all of that. So we can just be a little beacon of sunshine for you, give you some wings, give you a nice place to shoot a little bit of pool. That's what we're here for, man.
Have you ever met anybody that you don't like in the pool?
Yes.
Okay.
They're usually dressed in
Can you-
gold and
can-
green.
Can you tell us who
It's
that
gotta
is
be
specifically? I want to know.
They're dressed in gold and green, walking around.
Green Bay, all the Green Bay fans,
Yeah, actually
Cardinal
one of my
fans.
very good friends is a big Green Bay Packer fan, and we love our friends for their faults too. So it's
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
It's all right. It's fine. There's I'll think about it. There's a couple. Well, there's a lot of people that Leah doesn't like. I'll tell you that much.
I love it. Yeah, she's
But,
she's
but
a she's cutthroat.
yeah,
She'll get
that's
it
the
done.
gatekeeper. That's the one you got to worry about. Well, she's part Sicilian, so
You gotta
yeah,
keep in
you got to
check,
be
right? Or
careful.
make sure everything's good. She can watch
You
your
should
back
see
for
her with a
sure.
butterfly knife, bro.
Oh my goodness. Angel Pagula was the reason I moved here. She was Sicilian. My goodness. We lasted
Oh, there
about
you go.
7 weeks. I just about lost my life 4 or 5
Hey,
times
but
in
you
a
made it.
7
Is
week.
that one of those when you're telling your story, there's like 8 times where I should have
That
been
one's
shot,
coming.
I should
Yeah,
have
yeah,
died
that one's coming. There
Yeah,
there really
that
was
one
a time there where I could have been killed, but
that one's
luckily
number
no.
8.
No, you could have told. I think you're telling when Scott smiled, you started talking about it. There's got to be something to it
Oh,
about
there
that
was,
girl.
but I can't tell that story. Not on here. I'm thinking too much. I'm overthinking it.
You do have a tendency to overthink it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for sure.
That's good. Got big stuff. Then I'll tell you what. If you're in Florida, you got to check out his place. And I can only imagine, whatever you guys. Hopefully, Scott gets the captainship and you get all the training ground. But even if that doesn't happen, that week of December with Moscone being in Florida is going to be one hell of a week, right? It's going to be off the chain. I can only imagine everybody's going to be there. I mean, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, I think regardless, I'm having a pre-Moscone party here, and I think I'm gonna get a party bus. My goal is to get a party bus full of people, full of fans, rabid, insane, off the chain pool fans to hop on the party bus and take it up to Orlando, going nuts the whole time. I'm talking stripper poles, I'm talking kegs, I'm talking madness all the way up. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. That's what I want to see. 3.5 hours of pandemonium going up to the Caribe Royale from Classic Billiards, baby. Sign me up for that.
Listen, we were in London and there is nobody that cheers harder than this guy sitting right here in this chair.
Oh
And,
my God.
I love him like a brother, but after about 4 days of it, and I'm sitting right in front of him, I want to just,
Jeez.
I want to take him out for a minute. Just take him out.
Dude, people were like day 3, right? Guys were like,
Call
"You
your
still got your voice?
daddy.
Still got your voice?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Damn it." Because I was just relentless, man. And the good news is I wasn't swearing, right? I wasn't.
Oh
No,
no,
you were
They
good.
were
You were good.
we're all very directed, rookie. That's the one that got me on the last day. My voice was gone because of
Or there's a piece
yelling
of your
rookie.
hair. There's a piece of your hair out of place. Or I mean, there was just you had all these one-liners. We loved it.
Yeah,
We loved it.
yeah. And so now I got to go back to the lab and think about how we're gonna heckle him this year.
That's most important.
imagine. Yeah.
But we're gonna get him. I'm gonna be even more creative. I'm gonna
I'll tell
stalk
you,
them all on social media and know exactly how to press their buttons. It's coming.
you were telling me a little story about you got in trouble by one of the teams, NFL teams for heckling. What was that all about? I can't remember
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like this.
So
So just give you a story about this is what he does. He does this for. Go ahead. You can tell him.
I'm a professional heckler, right? No,
Yeah,
it's funny. Okay,
exactly.
so this goes back to high school. Right? This does go back to high school. We probably had the most now Beardsley Gymnasium, my friends, is the basketball court is sunk down and the bricks go up about 8 feet, 9 feet, and then the crowd is up above you. So everybody's yelling down at you. Okay. Which was great because Evanston, New Trier, I run up on the stairs and we're running and it's so loud, my eyeballs are shaking. I can't, just like, don't trip, don't trip, don't. Anyway, so we used to have some very creative sort of chants and heckles, right? So we were kind of the blue collar, I would say, school compared to the team to the north that was the more white collar. And one of our favorite chants was "Daddy can't buy it," so that was fun. Daddy can't buy it. Bum, bum, bum. Daddy can't buy it. Bum, 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 bum. Anytime anybody goes down like they're hurt, shoot them like a horse. Shoot them like a horse. Some stuff like this. So I pride myself on this creative sort of heckling. So anyway, so I was fortunate enough to go to the Bears home opener against the Packers at Soldier Field, and this is when we had a little bit of momentum going. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, So we were super excited about the team. We get there and the Bears are just stinking up the place, right? It's just terrible. And the offensive line is just like Swiss cheese. The Packers keep running through it. And I'm just so mad. And I'm directly like in front. I'm in the 200 section, but down in front, that's where the offensive line coach and the offensive line was like doing whatever. And I believe it was Cody Whitehair. I'm sorry, Cody. Don't beat me up. You're much bigger than I am. I just kept yelling at him like,
I'm sure he's going to
block,
watch this.
block. Yeah, right. Block the guys in green, and I'm just like yelling this the whole time, like, move your feet and block him. And like just stuff like that the whole game. And I'm just yelling and yelling and yelling.
Relentless,
The, the
relentless.
offensive line coach looks up at me, grabs the guys, and walks 30 yards down the field so that they wouldn't have to hear me yelling that over and over and over again at them. So, yeah, man.
That's good.
When I get in the vein, man, you just got to commit, So I apologize to the people sitting in front of me. I'm like, listen, this is not going to
Accepted.
stop all night. This is
I
what I'm
loved
doing.
it,
I'm not going to
actually.
swear. I'm not going to swear. They're going to be a little bit creative. Going to be my remember the laugh when they would miss? I just
Oh, yeah. The laugh was great.
that was great too. But unfortunately,
Imagine
there wasn't
40 or
enough.
50 of those. You're going to take 40 or 50 of them up there. You probably have to have a class at Classics
On how to heckle.
on how to heckle.
That's brilliant.
I'm serious.
Think
Have a
about
class and have them follow
heckling
your
101,
lead.
Moscone heckling 101. Dude, we could listen, Moscone training
I'm
ground,
serious.
right? It's for the fans too. So when the boys are in
Yes,
here, we're gonna start
yes.
learning the chants. Guys, this is how we're gonna chant. I'm telling you, man.
So there's
It's a
two
whole thing,
classes.
it's a
There's
whole
a
production.
heckle class and then there's a team class.
That's right. There's the heckle boot camp,
Yeah.
and then there's the team boot camp, right?
Yes.
And these are all there's still team building exercises. The hecklers got to come together too.
Yeah, we
know?
won't
Yeah,
use
yeah.
the word boot camp. We won't use
No
that
boot
word.
camp. Team building. The heckler team building exercise and the Moscone Cup team building exercise.
Oh, man.
Gotta learn how to heckle.
That one's clipped.
I love it. Yeah, we gotta click up because I think we're taking our boom bus to Florida, and we should get a
Oh,
whole
buddy.
section. We should get a whole section. Us guys and you guys in Moscone, and just
Well, before you're going there though, you got to come all the way south.
yeah,
Come all the way south.
I have to. Yeah, I have to.
I made that drive.
100%.
It's not a bad
Yeah,
drive.
yeah, no,
It's not that bad. It's 3.5 hours.
yeah,
Just
We can
make it at
stop
night.
up in
Just make
stop
it
up in Vero on the way back up. Say what's up to your brother.
yeah,
We
Yeah, I
can
do
hang out a
that.
couple spots in Vero. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a room open in Vero by then,
yeah.
and then make it over to Moscone.
I think the thing is you got to get the seats at the Cup, right? Like that's the
Yeah,
biggest
we
challenge.
maybe
to get
maybe
that
we
February
can work
2nd.
something
get
out.
that to get that many seats.
Maybe
February
Dave
2nd,
and I
baby.
can work together and make something happen. Talk to them. Hey, we need 50
No
seats or
chance
something.
you're going to talk to them.
No, dude, they go through a third party ticket person,
Yeah.
and then you got to
Yeah.
wait for the third party to decide that
Well,
you're
no,
worthy enough
so
to buy the
that-
tickets.
Well, 2 years ago, I had me and 3 of our staff members on the phone. Oh, I got 4. I got 2. I got 4. And we
Right,
made
but
it
it's
happen.
still through a third party.
We made it
It's still-
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I don't.
it's still through a third party though.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
promise
so-
you. Yeah, they have a contract with a third party company.
Okay.
Just
Well-
because, like, I've had 100 people try to get tickets, and I only tried twice. I reached out to Matchroom, and they really have no control of that. I mean,
Yeah, they don't.
they don't have any control of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna do something, Dave. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a blast.
Absolutely. We can have a heckle. We can have a heckle team building exercise at
Yes,
Free
while they're
Royale.
playing. Yeah,
We can practice.
absolutely.
We can practice outside. I can bring
love it.
flashcards. We can get it together.
So we're gonna have Scott as a captain in a drill.
Oh,
Here,
God.
teams, and the hecklers
Yeah, I
going
can drill us out.
Oh my God.
Even if he misses out on Moscone, hey buddy, it's okay. You can still coach us, right?
Yeah, I'll coach you guys.
You can get it. You can get it together. Help us out.
Oh man, I would love to see Scott
God.
getting heckled on the crowd, man. Because they weren't going to leave him alone because they want to get him going.
Oh, they're not. Oh, they're
Oh,
not.
they
They're
won't
coming.
get my attention.
Before we go, a big thank you to our sponsors who make this show possible: Jay Flowers, Classic Billiards, Tommy's Tattoo Supply, Nick Marino Billiards, Metro Sports Bar, Anytime Billiards, Control the Rock, Agape Sober Homes, Wayne Harriman, Andy Gow, In the Box, PNW Pool Thing, and Hilltop Promotions.